Meechie, Bruce, thanks for joining us. I guess first question, Meechie, how has it been being back, and what have you noticed in terms of culture difference between Ohio State and South Carolina, playing forward and not?
It's been a blessing coming back. Yeah, honored to be welcome back. Since Coach Diva has taken over, it's been great. With these guys, being with Bruce, being some of the other players he's brought in, like you can just tell the energy, the culture of like being at Ohio State and what it means. You can just feel it, every day when you're in the weight room, when you're in the gym. It's just about winning, and that's where we're headed.
How do you think you gelled well with Bruce and the rest of the backcourt, and how have you and the rest of the team taken the news of Taysom going down?
Yeah, me and Bruce, I feel will be probably one of the best backcourts in the country this year. I have to prove that. That's part of the main reason I came here, being able to play with another good guard. But then losing a guy like Taysom also hurts too, because we knew how much he was going to help us, our team, how better he's gotten. We wanted that, for him. So it sucks to see a guy like that deal with an injury. I dealt with an ACL in high school, so I know he'll recover fine.
There's one more question for you here. Obviously, your last game at South Carolina was against Oregon. Now you have the opportunity to play them again next season at when they join Big Ten. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's definitely revenge for sure. Definitely something I'm looking forward to. Seeing that on the schedule, seeing that when they join the Big Ten. So excited for that game because definitely sitting home crying. But it's revenge for everybody. And I feel Bruce feel the same way. So that's what we're looking forward to. Every team we got to play against is up in the air for them.
Meechie, what led you to leave Ohio State the first time, and then what led you to come back?
The first time just wasn't going, how things wanted, I guess, for everybody. It's not what I ideally wanted. I didn't want to leave. It wasn't ultimately my decision to want to leave. But to be able to come back, it was everything. Like I said, being able to come play with another good guard, there was a lot of places I could have went the country, but knowing that Bruce and what he wanted for himself and for the team, and for this program where I'm from, which I always wanted, was to get to a tournament, which I've done before here, but to go far, everything made sense. And we were able to get on the same page with Coach, and we feel like he put together a good roster for us to go far. But like I said, that was then, this is now, and I'm just excited for, what's ahead.
Bruce, what was it like for you when he started thinking about coming to Ohio State? How familiar were you with his game, and how do you think you guys complement each other?
To be honest, I really don't read into like Twitter about somebody coming here or not. They're gonna come in, they're gonna stay committed. They're gonna be on the Ohio State Instagram page. So when I found out that it was coming here, I was just like, from losing Roddy to another having a good guard next to me. Because when I was here, he was my host on my visit here. So it's crazy how everything comes full circle. But I'm very excited this year to play with him, and to go through the season and win big time games.
For Bruce, from your perspective, what is, we kind of got Meechie's perspective on it, but what do you think this backcourt team can be and can accomplish for the team this year?
I feel like we can accomplish anything we put our mind to. I believe that we put in the work each and every day, from the help from my coaches, our teammates, even Buckeye Nation, each and every day we just come here and install the Ohio State standard. I feel like the last 2 years I've been here, I haven't been there, to be completely honest. I feel like we have the pieces and great team, great coaches around us that make those our dreams and a big time runs in the tournament to make those happen.
We were just talking to Coach Diebler, and obviously he said, roles aren't quite defined yet at this point in the offseason, but both of you played point guard in the past. Is there any feeling of who might play the point, who might play off this year?
I would say it's going to be times where Bruce is going to be on the ball a lot. When he's cooking, doing his thing, making plays. He's a great playmaker, one of the best assist leaders in the Big Ten. So, yeah, obviously going to ball a lot. But if you watch me play at South Carolina, I was able to play off the ball too. So, it'd be times where I'm on the ball, he's off the ball. That's the point of having good guards. We're trying to show that we both want to play professional one day, and we're not going to only be the only point guards on the court. So, we got to be able to play off the ball, on the ball, and I feel like it's going to show how well we can do that together.
Bruce, you mentioned how Meechie hosted you for that visit. What do you remember from that visit, and what's it like to kind of just be sitting next to the guy years ago? Is it full circle for you?
Yeah, it was crazy because it was a it was bad at first because then when Ohio State lost to Oregon. So that was that was my first like really college football game. They really lost to Oregon. But everything after that, just going to the dorm, being with Eugene Brown and Derek Hughes, just being around the team, just understanding what was Ohio State. Before I even came, I was committed already. So, but it's crazy how everything come full circle and just ready now just to get out there and play and just win big games.
You mentioned Roddy leaving. You're the only one left from your class. What does that feel like, first of all? And secondly, what drove you to return to Ohio State?
It's crazy because those are the guys you come in with. You know what I'm saying? They've been through the good, bad, and ugly. But now I still keep in contact with them guys because those guys are going to be with me forever. But now being the only one here, I still like, for myself, I got to prove to myself each and every day that I haven't got to the goals that I wanted to be here at Ohio State. D was a big reason why I stayed. And seeing the pieces and having belief in him that we're gonna turn these things around. Because I feel like it was so much. I got so much to prove to myself and to Buckeye Nation that we're a top program in the country. And I just really want to show everybody that Meechie, the whole team, whole coaching staff, that Ohio State basketball is a good deal. But that's why I came back.
And then Meechie, same question I asked Jake about you. Just personally, what do you feel is most different from the last time you were here for you individually?
Everything, a lot has changed. I've changed, I see on the court tremendously. My play, what I've shown I can do. But like Coach D was saying, I'm still the same person. Like when I was here, I was a part of two teams that went to the tournament that taught me how to win. And that's what I kind of took to South Carolina. That first year was kind of bad. But the second year, I figured it out, went through some things through the summer, learned some things, and was able to turn it around and win. And honestly, that's the same for real. Like, that's why I came back, to win. Same thing Bruce talked about. Like, I want to do something that ain't been done here in a couple years. And that's not just to win the tournament, but to win it. You know, that's the goal, like, just to make history. And that's why we came back. And that's our purpose.
Bruce, this offseason, what have you put your focus on in terms of improvements and areas in your game that you want to take the next step?
Me being better defensive player on the ball. Last year I was mostly guarding shooting and Roddy mostly go on the ball last year. Now I see on this team that I have to able to do both, be more efficient this year, and learn how to close games as a leader, use my voice and also on the court. I feel like that's a lot of ways that we lost last year, a lot of close games that we was up like a lot, and at come to the end we lose the game. For example, like Penn State or Indiana, certain games that we had the game definitely in the bag with 10 minutes left that we slowly messed up on. But at the end of the Big Ten regular season, it can really tell the difference of your seeding if you can get to the tournament or not, stuff like that. So me understanding as a three-year guy that understands that every game matters and how to close the game, how to finish the game, and helping others around me. And glad to have another veteran guard Meechie around me so we can even be more vocal than the coaches don't have to say anything. So I feel like those three things really been on my mind. I've been working on each and every day.
Coach Diebler, I don't know if you guys have walked in yet, was talking about the vets coming back the last few days, the NBA guys, even some older guys. What was it like just to work with those guys, especially the guys that are still in the NBA, kind of get coaching from guys that aren't coaches, or just be around those guys those last 7 days?
I mean, that's the goal. My goal is to get to the league. Like, so you're gonna soak up all the information that you're gonna receive from them. You're gonna ask questions because that's the goal. That's the dream to little kids to get to the highest level of playing basketball. So them just coaching us, playing against them was very good for us, especially as a team. Just learning that it really is levels to it. You know what I'm saying? But we still compete at the end of the day. So when, I feel like us as a team that we compete, even though we're missing some players, I feel like we have a great chance to be good this year.
Yay! Hi. Meechie, you moved away from your home state, completely changed probably everything that you thought about what your life was going to be. What did you learn about yourself in all of that you're ready to bring back here?
Man, I learned a lot. While I was gone, I really matured. I went with my dog, me and him both was out there alone. But, you know, how much basketball didn't really define me as a person. You know, I was out there able to do so much more and just play basketball, but also just being able to lock in on that and have fun with the game. And I just learned that, like, you know, that I'm a good character guy. Like, I'm not, you know, with media, what, you know, they portray me probably when I was here. And that, you know, I'm a hard worker and I'm focused and, you know, just so much more. And that's what I wanted to prove, that I'm a winner. And I feel like I proved that, but I want to do it here. And I want to do it with, you know, him and all of you and everybody, you know, to see. So that's why I feel like I show myself, and I'm, you know, here to be, you know, able to show that.
For both of you, Meechie, if you would go first, there's a young guy who just showed up, John Mobley Jr., and he's got a lot of hype around him. And just what has his game been like, and what's his demeanor been like, and how have you guys taken him as veterans under your wing, I guess? If I could get both of you to talk a little bit about him, that'd be great.
Yeah, I love John. Kind of remind me of me a little bit. Like, he takes shots, he's not afraid. He's a great shooter. He's a hard worker. He listens, and he competes too. You know, I think it was the day for one of the first days of practice. I was chirping at him, you know, seeing how he was, you know, respond. He chirped back, hit a three like next play. Just shows you, you know, the type of players Coach Deeper brought in, and how we're going to compete. So I love John. I feel like his future is very bright. What he can do here.
Bruce, what are your thoughts on him?
He just competed at a very high level. You know what I'm saying? He want to win. You can see it. He have a crazy work ethic. Make big shots, especially from three. You know how to play make. So him just understanding, just getting his body right, and just growing through the season and realizing like what's his role going to be this year. You know, they're going to be different, but because he have a super bright future if he stay consistent what he's doing right now. I feel like he's going to be a great player and make anything he can dream of here at Ohio State.
We'll pull Meechie here in the first.
Thanks, Meechie.
Oh yeah, Bruce, I guess you kind of touched on it before, but what do you like about Meechie's game when he came, like, just coming here, and how do you guys like complement each other on the court?
He's a explosive scorer. He can score real fast and score explosively. Like, he can literally go on a 7-0 run, 8-0 run on his own, and he's an underrated playmaker. I feel like. I'm saying got a lot of people see him as just somebody that can just really score, but I feel like his playmaking and his voice is two things that go very underrated. Also, learning how to be a better on-ball defender. I mean, I literally take something from everybody from the team because nobody's perfect at the end of the day. So I'm still trying to learn. I learned from him because he older than me, and just learned that what he can do on and off the ball for I think is very helpful for me and for the team.
Yeah, then similar to Pat's question before, with Bet Week, is there like one player that came back that you especially like had a relationship with or molded with? Like, was there anyone that like stood out to you that helped you out the most from this weekend?
Really all of them helped. They were so invested. It's just great to see a bunch of guys that play here that's so invested back into their program. I feel like a lot of programs around the country is not really like that, especially like having like more than like 40, 50 guys in the gym that wore that Ohio State across the chest. So it was such a blessing for them just to speak great words, and ones in the pros or overseas that just to tell us how to play Ohio State basketball and put them back on the map.
Going off that, Bruce, how was it like playing against Bryce again?
I mean, it was crazy because we were on the same AU team, my 17 year, and freshman year he had a great year, had a really crazy year as a freshman, and I seeing him in the league is just a blessing, you know, to him to live out his dream, and somebody that witnessed him put in work non-stop just to get the way that it's just fun, especially seeing him back and spending time with him, just talking to him to make sure he mentally, physically, like, just living good, you know, on a day-to-day basis. So I'm just glad to see one of my great teammates back home.
Him being the youngest, or actually the most recent Ohio State player to go to the draft and being a leader now, what type of advice did he say to you that might be different than, you know, some of the veterans like D'Lo or anyone else say anything?
Basically, just like to cherish the moment that I'm in. Most guys really just transfer or go to the league, but I feel like everybody's journey is different. You know what I'm saying? Just telling me to stay in my lane. Just everything gonna pan out itself. God works in so many different ways. So like so easy to look at somebody in a different lane, like, oh, he went to the league. Like you feel like you're better than him, but at the end of the day, it's just a blessing just to be here at Ohio State, just to keep working, keep grinding, and build something for my own here. And I feel like this year is gonna be the year.
Sorry, one more for you. Go back to Andy's question. You talked about you being the only guy left in your class, but now you have a team assembled of a bunch of guys who are new to the program, both recruits and transfers. And this is something we haven't really seen under new transfer portal rules.
Yeah.
So how do you think you guys can prosper and gel as a full team of really all new guys together?
It's definitely hard. I wouldn't say it would be easy because it's a new coaching staff as well, new players. You know what I'm saying? Like only two of the guys that I've been here since I was a freshman. So you know what I'm saying? So it's really different. So now you're trying to mold a structure and a culture of winning everything. So that's really the main thing, just a winning culture, everything. Make sure our lock is straight. Make sure that we put up the weights. I mean, little things that don't seem like as much, that seem like it's pointless, that they make an emphasis of, like, make sure we win today, each and every day. Make sure we get 1% better than because you just never know what's gonna happen. So these little habits that we have and that we keep building, I feel like it will mold us to the team that we want to be in the fall, and winter, to make that run in March. So.
Absolutely.
Bruce, you've been surrounded by different leaders since you've been here, and you took on a leadership role from pretty much day one. Meechie definitely comes in with some of that and has equity here, has been here. How do you see his leadership impacting your leadership? How do you guys sort of get the best out of each other when it comes to trying to lead this team?
To be honest, he made it to the tournament. I haven't. To be completely honest, so he sees something different, way different than me. Because my roller coaster here at Ohio State been up and down, like all different types of ways. But to learn from him, because he been determined each and every year, and I haven't. So I'm just taking everything that I possibly can, ask questions that I can. Even though he's my teammate, even though like 1 year, it sounded like a challenge, but I feel like as a player, just want to just learn and get better, just trying to figure out how do I help everybody else, and also help lead myself to the things that I want at Ohio State and make a name for myself.
And how important is figuring that stuff out over the course of the summer, where, like you said, you got a bunch of new faces and a bunch of pieces that have to fit together. How do you do that over the course of the summer so you guys are ready to hit the fall running?
You got to be connected as a team, and that definitely takes time, especially with just new everything, new staff, new players. So you got to build a bond. So everything you do, or everything I do in a workout, or I live for anything, I literally try not to do it by myself. Because you got to build a connection where when you're on the court, when you're down at Indiana, you're down at the team up north, and you got to look across for your teammate to be there for you and have your back through. You never know what's going to happen. So I feel like having that camaraderie and that chemistry is going to be very crucial for our team for the future.
Bruce, I have one more serious question. How does it feel to get your braces off?
Bless. I just got them off like 2 days ago, so I'm very excited.
Love it. Thank you, Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
Appreciate it.